So we had a little bit of a red day today, guys. The S&P 500 closed down about 0.25% as the Dow and the NASDAQ, each of those went down 0.1, and we saw the Russell, the small caps index, it went down 0.75%. So we're going to break down the markets in this video, as always, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and we're going to go over a bunch of stocks that I'm looking at right now. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, hit that like button if you guys find value, and feel free to subscribe as well. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So let me explain what I'm seeing here. First of all, before we even get into the video, I think the bulls won today, even though the overall markets closed. At least I think that when it comes to SPY, and Triple Q, even though we had a red day today. We didn't have the best day in terms of closing price, but I'd say the technicals here look pretty good for the bulls. And let me explain, starting off with SPY, and then we'll talk Triple Q, which tracks the NASDAQ, and then we're going to talk about some stocks and a little bit more of kind of what happened today, right? So what we noticed today here is we got buying pressure in the middle of the day, and this is on the 20-day chart, by the way. And mind you, I mentioned this in my previous video. We pulled back in the pre-market, and we got the buying pressure right in the middle of the day, right where we wanted it, guys, right at 370 on SPY. That is so critical because if you all take a look here, if I just draw this out, 370 was resistance just about a week ago for many days. And the fact that buying pressure came in at an older resistance as a support now, and we got a bunch of, upside from that point. We ended up rallying $7 off 370. We closed at 377. That's a very good sign for the bulls. Just that in and of itself is great, right? And you can see here on the intraday, we ended up running all day after we pretty much just pulled back in the morning and started getting buying pressure at about noon on the East Coast. We ran for the rest of the day, and SPY actually hit almost $380 at its peak today, and then it saw a little bit of a pullback into close, which makes complete sense to me. And you can clearly see how bullish it was all today. And again, it makes sense to me that we pulled back because we were a little bit overbought at about 3:25 p.m. on the East Coast. So we pulled back, but overall, bulls ended up winning the day, in my opinion. Now, in the short term, we're not above quite yet 378. As you all can see, I showed you all I didn't show you what happened a couple days ago. Let me show you that right now. A couple days ago, really, it was just yesterday, SPY failed. It's failed at about 378. That's where we pretty much peaked today, and we closed under that. So, although I think the bulls did very well today, they won the day. We gotta continue this momentum, obviously, for the bulls to get to push this thing even higher. We got to take the highs out from yesterday, which were right around 378, and today's highs, right around 379, 380. If we clear 380 on SPY, this is really going to start gearing up towards, I think, 390. That'd be the next gap to fill. Then from there, 395, that's another one, and we'll see what happens from that point, guys. So all I'm saying is, in the short term, 380, 378, you got to watch those two levels here. I'm going to put my alert markers that were above 380 on SPY, and for Triple Q, let's pull that up. Let's see what's going on. This is right at 281 right now, which is right by the highs from yesterday, just like SPY, very similar scenario. And you can see here on the intraday chart, a lot of buying pressure came in more in the beginning, middle of the day. Same with SPY, right? Triple Q hit 275 earlier, and it got all the way to 283 at its peak before it ended up pulling back a little bit in the latter half of Power Hour. And that run that it saw was over almost 3%, guys, from the bottom of the day, for the low of the day, to the high of the day, right? Which is just crazy. So a lot of momentum here for the bulls, no doubt about it. And if we take out, I'd say 283, 284, 285, that is where we could really start seeing more upside for Triple Q. So I'm going to set my alert markers that were above. What should I put it at? 283? 283. Let's do that now. Create. There we go. If we take that point out, we got some upside here, guys. I'm telling you, 292, 297.8. These are some spots that we could be going. And the relief rally, it's going to continue from that point, and a lot of stocks are going to be looking super green. If Triple Q does break 282, goes to 290, towards 300 from there. So we got the ADP private payrolls report this morning, and this showed that September payrolls came in at 208,000 versus the 200,000 estimated. Not too bad. And ADP's report comes 2 days before the closely watched non-farm payrolls report issued by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That comes out on Friday. We're gonna be covering that here on the channel, guys. And the estimate for Friday's report is growth of 275,000 jobs. And though ADP revised its methodology over the summer, the August total, which was revised up sharply from the originally reported 132,000, was still well shy of the BLS count of 315,000 added jobs. And the jobs market, as you guys should know at this point, is extremely important because it dictates what the Fed's going to do and Jerome Powell, right? And kind of what's going to happen in the short term with interest rates. Let's say, for example, the jobs market starts to collapse. Do you think Jerome Powell, the Fed, do you think they're really going to start going even harder on the interest rate hikes? Probably not. They're going to slow down. They might even reverse course at that point if the job market completely craters, collapses, because the last thing they want to do is cause a ridiculously crazy recession, which is what that would cause essentially, right? If they jacked up rates when the jobs market was going through a complete hole, right? Which could happen in these next couple of months. And that's what a lot of people think is going to happen. They think the jobs market is really going to get weak over the next couple of months. And they think Jerome Powell is going to reverse course. The Fed's going to reverse course. And by that, I mean, let's say rates get up to 4% or 4.5% by the beginning of next year or whatever they're going to get to. Maybe they hover there for a little bit and then he's going to start maybe tapering a little bit. Maybe inflation starts coming down at that point. That'd be ideal. He starts tapering, and that'd mitigate the recession, hopefully. I mean, this is all like a mad science experiment, right, guys? You're tweaking things here, tweaking things there, trying to make everything perfect. Let me tell you, I would not want to have Jerome Powell's job. I've said that before on the channel. This guy is... whatever he does, he's going to be scrutinized. That's just the reality of the matter. But overall, jobs report, we got to watch out for that Friday morning. And it's going to be, again, it's going to really dictate what happens over the next couple months, and especially the couple jobs reports that we get for the next couple of months. It's going to be huge. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before we dive into the stocks here, have you guys gotten your 15 stocks for Moomoo yet? If you haven't, use my link down below. Simply deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. If you want to help out the channel, that's a great way to do it. You also get free money, and you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All those are linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Let's talk about some stocks here. So I'm not sure if you saw, but Tesla today did not do well. It went down about 3.5% last I checked, and that's with a rally of $7 intraday. That is crazy. That means it was down at one point 6%, maybe worse than that. I forget exactly, but here, let me do the math, or let me just look at the chart, right? That's why it's the chart's here. So let's see. Yeah, it was down about 6.5% roughly at one point at its worst, and then it rallied from 233 to about 240 here, in the short term, right? Which was about a 3% rally into the close, but again, it still closed down 3.5%. So of course, there's a lot going on right now with Twitter, Elon Musk. That is causing some doubts, I guess, in the short term for Tesla, or some uncertainty. Maybe some people are selling off due to that. Maybe they think, oh, Elon's going to dump more shares or do this to raise money to buy or for Twitter or something like that. I don't know. Speculation here, right, guys? And it's selling off. And even though it is selling off 3.5%, believe it or not, we're still holding this trend line that I drew out a couple of videos ago. Now, if we do break 240, which we did earlier, but then we recovered and closed above it, which I guess is good. But if we break 240, we take the lows out from today, which were 233, Tesla's probably going to start going down. You guys see these support points, support levels from, when was this? June, throughout the beginning of June into July, middle July, 215, 220. That's where this could be going, honestly. If we take that 233 low out into the earnings, that's where we could be going. But listen to this. Listen to this, guys. If Tesla is that beaten down heading into earnings, think about it. It's already down. Let me see here. If it's already down right now it's down 25% from the recent high. Think about it. If it comes down even more, let's say to 230, or it takes that low from today out, we go to 225, 220, for example, which would be pretty bloody, right? That'd be bad. That could be setting us up for a massive move to the upside if earnings surprise. That's a big if. That's a big if. Who knows? We all know Tesla, it's one of those companies, right? If earnings surprise and we're down, let's say 30%, I feel like this could be setting up for one of the most ridiculous rallies. I'm not going to say it's going to go all the way back to 300 in just a day or two, but it could rip up 10, 15% easily if they surprise, if guidance is good even. Let's say earnings and revenue, let's say they come in line with estimates, but guidance is phenomenal. Tesla's going to be setting up for a massive move, in my opinion, and I'm going to be watching it exactly for that reason as a short-term trade, and that's why really we're talking about it here as the first stock for the video. So Tesla earnings are coming up, I think, in 2 weeks from now, maybe less than that. Yeah, no, actually, no, exactly 2 weeks from now. So today's Wednesday, not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday. That is when Tesla is reporting. And keep in mind what I said, guys. We're going to be watching how it plays out. And let's see how Twitter's doing. Twitter today went down a little bit. Okay, makes sense. I mean, it went up 20% yesterday, for Pete's sake, guys. Today it went down about 1.3%. And it looks like we are finding some support at about $50, which you guys can see, 50.51. That is where we pretty much peaked out at the end of April, early May, a couple months ago. So if we could hold that point as support now, maybe we hold 50, 51, 52 for a little bit, we might be gearing up for a move to the next level, which would be the high here on the 4-hour chart, being about $55 a share. Watch out for that. Seriously, maybe here we consolidate low 50s. We start to fill the gap up to 55. Maybe, heck, we even break that point. We might even break that point. Watch out for that here on Twitter. And keep your eyes on Starbucks. I think I covered this one earlier today, but I wanted to do another follow-up on it because it closed very strongly. Look at this. Starbucks ripped into the close. It barely pulled back when the markets pulled back in the last 20, 30 minutes. It barely pulled back. It closed above 90, which is great, up 2%. And look at this. On the 4-hour chart, guys, we do have a bit of a head and shoulders here, but like I said in my last video, it's above the moving averages. I think this is setting up for a rip out of the neckline, which is at about 90, 91 bucks. We're probably going mid-90s, higher 90s, maybe $100. I feel like that is where Starbucks could be going here. Keep your eyes on it, guys. Ticker symbol SBUX. My alert's at 93, but heck, I might as well put another one here, guys. Why not? Let me do one at $90.50. Let's do that right now. There we go. 2 alerts are set here on Starbucks. And look at Visa, guys. Ticker symbol V. This is one that is now, and today it went up 1%, which is great, but now with today's move and yesterday, it is now above the not the 180, but the 50 SMA here on the 4-hour chart, and we've seen a lot of stocks recently the past couple of days break this moving average on the 4-hour and then fill the gap to the 180, which we've seen that with a couple stocks this week. I feel like Visa is next on the list here. We took out 185, 187. That was a big resistance. Now we pretty much have a wide open window here for another $10 move. Now, if the markets collapse tomorrow and Friday, that probably goes out the window, of course. But if let's say the markets are flat tomorrow, maybe they go up a little bit, maybe smooth sail into Friday, I'd be watching for Visa to do that. Seriously, maybe up to 193 to 95, maybe a little bit higher than that. So that's ticker symbol V, Visa. You guys got to watch it. Another one is UNH, United Health Group. This one went up 0.75% today, not too bad. And what we're noticing here, if I clear the set and redraw this, you probably could, if I could even talk, you could probably already see it. What we're noticing here is, guys, a wedge. You guys see that? Boom. We got a nice wedge, and we're actually moving now to the top of it. We're about to break out of this 180 SMA, and I think if we do start moving above 530, I'll put my alert there now. Mark is that we're above. Let's set that together here, guys, even though I'm acting like I'm live right now. I'm not live right now. Maybe I'll start doing lives. I was thinking about that. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you want me to start maybe once or twice a week to start out? Maybe once a week. I don't know. Start going live, maybe on a Monday or something. I'm considering it. I'm getting a new camera set up and maybe even a new mic. I'm going to pimp out the studio a little bit, and I might start going live. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment if you'd watch that. I don't know if there's demand for it. There's really only one way to know. You guys got to comment. So UNH 530, my alert is set there. If it breaks out, we might go to 540, 550. That is totally in the cards. Another one here is Amgen. Let's pull that up, AMGN. This is looking pretty good. Another one of those plays like Visa where it just broke the 50, might fill the gap to the 180. That's what I'm looking at here. We're at, 233 right now. I think there could be more upside, probably towards 240. That puts it right here at the 180 SMA. So Amgen, UNH, Visa, Starbucks, Twitter, Tesla, those are 6 stocks. We might as well, we're not that long into this video. Yeah, we might as well run it to 20 minutes, guys. We have a lot of stocks left on the watch list really to take a look at. And we had a lot of green overall on the day, and we talked about Chewy last video, so no need to really go into this, but Chewy went up 10%, 11%, biggest mover for me on the day here on my watch list, and my alert's at 38. You might as well set yours at 38 as well, because I think if Chewy breaks out of there, we fill the gap over time to the mid-40s, low mid-40s. That's where I can see Chewy going. Let's see here. What else moved today? Snapchat had a nice day, but I know the chart for sure still looks like crap. Yeah. Snapchat looks like crap. Oh, Netflix. That's one that I wanted to cover. I forgot. Because the Dahmer series, guys, I'm not sure if you caught it, but Dahmer series, I've read an article. I'm not sure if it's 100% true, because sometimes you see some of these articles online and they're a bunch of BS. I don't know. But I saw an article that said it's the highest viewed show ever, passing Squid Game. When I saw that, I was like, I might have to fact check that. It might be wrong. I don't know. But it's definitely up there with Squid Game. I think with one of the Stranger Things seasons. So that's a good sign for Netflix, I'd say, in the short term. Now, is this really going to move the needle? Probably, I guess, in the short term. People, signed up due to the Dahmer series just to, watch it. I'm speculating a little bit here, guys, but it might be, might yield to a nice quarter coming up. Maybe, we'll see it this quarter, the next quarter, and who knows what other shows are coming out. I think they do have a nice lineup of shows coming out. What else? This is not a Netflix promo. I don't freaking know. You guys go look it up. I don't know. But overall, I do know Dahmer, good show. Obviously, it's not an ideal. It's a crazy situation. Let's put it that way. But it's a really freaking good show. I'm on episode 3, I think. I watched the first 2, so I'm not really that far into it. But it's crazy to just see what was going on, right? And the actor is great. I forget his name, but the guy that's playing Dahmer, he was in American Horror Story. I'm not sure if you guys watched that show. I think he was in first couple of seasons. That guy, he deserves an award. I forget his name, but whoever you are, you deserve an award. So with that being said, guys, you got to watch Netflix stock, and you got to go watch Dahmer. And speaking of that, I have to watch episode 3 tonight. But overall, that is pretty much it for the video. We're at 20 minutes. We might as well wrap it up there. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Seriously, do you guys want me to start going live? I'm considering it. Maybe once or twice a week, just to cover random topics going on. We'll break down charts. I'll take your questions. You give me stocks to break down. We'll talk about them. We'll go over earnings. I feel like it'd be fun. It's just to switch it up a little bit, because I feel like I've been doing this YouTube channel for a long time, and I'm not saying I'm getting tired of it. I'm not, guys, but I'm switching things up a little bit. I want to start live streaming. I'm doing more shorts. I might do only one update video like this a day, or maybe 2 a day, or maybe 1 a day, and go live. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Figure out a new schedule for uploading it, just to switch it up, uploading just to switch it up. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Get your 15 stocks from Moomoo and your 12 stocks from Webull. All those are linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.